Guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetsToUse.com, and today we are going to do the camera review of the ASUS Zenfone Zoom which we have got with us. This is a recently launched device and it has been launched for a price of 38,000 rupees approximately, which is pretty high. But the camera of this device is the major highlight and they have given very good things on the camera. Camera performance of the ASUS Zenfone is good and we will talk about all that in this video, and we will tell you the pros and cons of the camera as well, where it is lacking and where it is actually excelling. First thing I would like to talk about the camera on the ASUS Zenfone Zoom has to be the hardware. It has got a very good camera hardware inside, which has got 13 megapixel sensor and it has got 3x of optical zoom, which does make it unique compared to the other phones out there in which you just have a camera with a digital zoom, whereas they have given a 3x optical zoom on this device, which allows you to capture a fine amount of details when you capture photos from this phone, even when the subject is very far from the camera. So in this device, the kind of form factor in which they have fit in a 13 megapixel sensor and optical zoom specifically, which is very difficult to implement in this kind of form factor, is quite commendable. And the camera performance is also good. We will talk about the camera performance in detail later on. Let's talk about the front camera. The front camera on ASUS Zenfone Zoom is a 5 megapixel fixed focus camera. It is a normal selfie camera. The kind of photos which you can expect from the front camera is good. In daylight, in low light, the photos again look good, but they do not have much amount of details, but the color production is still better compared to some other phones out there. So front camera performance is good. As far as selfie is concerned, you can take good quality of selfies from the front camera even in low light, which is definitely a good thing. Let's talk about the rear camera now. Now the rear camera is slightly bulging out from the body. The overall form factor of the phone is such that the overall thickness with the camera module is around 12 millimeter. Again, thickness of the phone is slightly more, but the overall form factor of the phone is not bad because the other part of the phone is fairly thin and it has got a curved back which has got leather finishing, so it will give you a very nice grip when you hold this phone in hand. And the phone is also not heavy. It feels fairly solid in hand. Although the camera module is slightly big, that is how they have actually integrated the 3x of optical zoom, and it does work. You can use the volume rocker button which is there on the phone to use the zoom. You can actually zoom into the subjects which are far from the camera and you can capture good amount of details because of the optical zoom which we have on the phone. So the kind of design and the overall engineering which ASUS has applied on this phone is quite commendable by fitting a 3x of optical zoom in this much of form factor, which is definitely a good thing. Now let's take a look over the camera photos which we have clicked from the rear camera of this phone. Now let's take a look over some of the camera samples which we have taken from the rear camera. Talking about the rear camera performance, it is very good in low lights. So in terms of the low light performance, this is one of the best performance I have seen on a device like this. Considering the price, they have given a very good camera which can give you good photos, good clarity of photos and good amount of details as well, good colors in the low light photos. Talking about some of the photos which we captured with the zoom functionality, I captured the photo of a car which was there on the road and I captured that photo from the 4th floor, and then I tried using the zoom. When I used the zoom, I could see the number of that car appearing in a very nice and crisp way. So that is the power of zoom which you can have on this device and you can use that. Similarly, I took a photo of Taj Mahal during the recent trip when the launch event happened. They took us to Taj Mahal and I could see the photo of the complete Taj Mahal which I took without the zoom, and when I use the zoom I can see the fine amount of details, the kind of things which are written on Taj Mahal. By zooming into that photo by using the optical zoom, I could see another photo which was again much crisp and clear, and I could see what is there written on Taj Mahal, not properly but to an extent I can read that. So this is the kind of clarity you can have if you use the zoom functionality of ASUS Zenfone Zoom. Now let's talk about some of the cons of this camera. I would say the cons of the camera is going to be the details. If you use the zoom, then you can see good amount of details. When you take photos in low light from the rear camera, details may not be that great. In that case, the details are slightly less. Colors again are looking good as far as rear camera performance is concerned, which is again nice. Talking about the front camera, the same goes for the front camera as well. The front camera can again take photos which are better in terms of colors in low light, but in terms of the details, you can notice good amount of noise in the photos which you take from the front camera. So again, in terms of details, it may not give you great details when you are away from the subject or when you are taking photos in low light, but the overall colors and the clarity of images is still better compared to other phones out there. Now talking about the perspective whether this is the best device as far as camera is concerned for that particular price, yes, it comes very close, but it is good but not great. That is something which I would like to say. So ASUS Zenfone Zoom has got a great camera which can give you good quality of photos, but as per the price of this phone, the camera is good but not great. Now let me talk about the camera interface of the ASUS Zenfone Zoom. It has got a pretty easy camera interface to be used. There are a lot of options over there in case you would like to explore. You can explore in between different kind of modes which are there on the phone, which includes the manual mode. You have HDR mode as well. You have beautification shot, night mode. You can also take photos with good amount of depth of field. You can have different kind of filters applied to these photos. You can also create GIF photos from the rear camera, which is good. You can capture slow motion videos as well, and all these photo modes are supported. So in terms of the camera modes and functionality, it does a good job. It gives you all the options you would like to have on a smartphone like this. Talking about the manual controls, once you tap on the M button which is there on the screen on the camera viewfinder, you can see the option of controlling the white balance. You can control the exposure, you can control over the ISO as well, and all these things can be controlled, and this way you can adjust the kind of photo you would like to take with these settings which are provided. As far as front camera is concerned, the front camera is basic, but again the kind of clarity you get from the front camera is good as well. This is all we have as far as the full review of the camera of ASUS Zenfone Zoom. Now in case you have any queries and questions, please leave your queries and questions in the comment section below. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.